Previously on Youths of Dublin.
I decided that it would be a good idea to go to Nando's and bitch about everyone.
Horrible thing happened this morning.
That's
why I didn't get enough sleep. Our dog was sleeping on the bed downstairs on the couch. He came in and he got jealous. He jumped on the bed and he saw Max and he attacked him, and my mom tried to separate them. We went to hospital because she has 3 big holes in her hand.
Amy went on holidays with her family and they didn't have anyone to stay with the dog. So they brought the dog over. He attacked my dog and my mom tried to separate them and he bit my mum.
You know what he says about me now? This is rich. Wait till you hear this. I'm a very closed off private person.
You closed off.
Exactly. I was like, you clearly have no idea.
I'm sorry. How are you gonna go up to a stranger and start talking about your life?
Exactly.
Nobody does that. Who does that?
Exactly. But everyone, like, it's just to him because he's an asshole that I don't open up to him.
And then apparently, like.
But everyone else, I tell everything. Like, I'm not a closed off person.
They all the time. Whenever I see Chloe, I see Owen. They even have like matching bags. I think that's
They're never separated.
I find the matching bag thing cringy.
I am going to France. The weather here is amazing. It's like 30 degrees every single day. The downside to that is that it attracts a lot of bugs. So you'll be climbing into bed and there's an earwig in your bed. Or like a big fly or a moth comes at you, and I'm terrified of moths, and then you're screaming and kicking and a spider was in my hair. Like, it was horrible. I learned how to ride a 2-person bike, which is the most difficult thing ever. So me and my brother Dylan, we rented out, what are they called? 2-person bikes. They're horrible. The person on the back of the bike doesn't have brakes, so I'm sitting on the front trying to control it, but his back thing wobbles. So you're being wobbled side to side, and he purposely wobbles it if you don't let him go fast enough. And you know that Abby and my brother Jack, they both went out on it, and there was a tent full of these really hot teenage guys, and apparently Abby and Jack went flying off it, and Abby fell to the ground and tore all her arm open in front of them, and they were all laughing.
Oh, how are you?
That's all.
Yeah, it's very hot. How are you?
I'm tired. I have a headache. Because invited me over, and I decided, since it was a chilly day, I decided to go get some Starbucks. It's just all I've been thinking about recently. Just
I know, it pisses me off as well.
like, have you ever noticed? But like, whenever any of us from the group sees Chloe or Owen, they're never like on their own. They're
Oh
always,
my god, stop. There's like
They're always together.
sticking plasters.
Like, I don't mind that they're like. I understand they're in a relationship, but like, Jesus Christ, like,
Still
like
have your individuality.
yeah, like, you know, you're not. I'm not gonna say that word that you guys made up for them, but
Clone.
yeah, you're not that. You're Chloe and Owen, like, you know.
Well, that's all it ever is. It's never just Chloe, it's never just Owen, it's Chloe now. Clone.
Although there was a few things that I was like thinking about to say to you.
Chloe's coming up to my house and we're just gonna have a chat because I feel like I get along with Chloe really well.
I was like, because I was like thinking about trying to get closer to Nico, because like Nico is very reserved and very like pulled back. Like I said when we were in Dundee.
Yeah.
He does kind of do this thing where he acts like he's telling you something about himself, but it's actually about someone else if you listen very carefully. He'll be,
I never got that.
he does this thing where he'll be like, you'll open up to him about you, and he'll open up to you about like Aiycham. He won't open up to you about himself.
He likes to inform everyone of what someone said about them, though.
Because if you think about it, you don't actually. No, I don't think any of us know very much about like Nico's personal life, what Nico is like when he's not around us.
Yeah.
And he kind of just does his own thing, but he really wants to know about everybody else's personal life when he's not there.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I mentioned it to him, and I was like, that's a bit unfair. And he, well, obviously didn't know I did that, but he was just like, well, he hasn't talked to me since, to be honest.
He hasn't?
No, I mean, he kind of, you know, yeah, well, I mean, he talks to me, he's like, hey, are you going out with Chloe today? I'm like, sure. He's like, yeah, cool. But like, he doesn't talk to me like, he's not like, hey, how are you? He's just like, hey, are you going out with Chloe today? Yeah.
He's the same with me though. We never ever talk unless he wants something or unless he wants to like have a call. He just needs to rant.
Yeah, he just...
Nico sometimes, like, the main objection of some of our conversations is because he needs me to do something.
I feel like Nico's agenda is Nico's agenda. Nico just wants himself to be shown in the best light at all times. Nico is so vain and hilariously self-centered that he has forced himself to become hypocritical, lie, and redirect people in order to make himself seem better over time.
Tell Nico to piss off.
Nico is a great manipulator and he's an amazing puppet master, but I'm glad that somebody, even if it has to be me, is finally calling him out on it.
And then I'm still waiting to see if, you know, Mr. Know-It-All, or should I say Jack, said anything else about me. Like, he says he doesn't call himself Two-Faced, but like, yeah, he's saying all this.
So it is, because he says at you.
Has
he said it to you?
No, he hasn't said anything to me. Like, apparently, Jack is not down to take any of Nicholas's bull or my bull. I'm like, wait, bitch, what? Sorry, first of all, what bull have I given you to even smell, let alone taste? And secondly, what bull has Nicholas given you, let alone taste or smell? Like, I'm sorry, Nicholas doesn't like you for the simple fact that you keep insulting him every single day of every single moment. I'm pretty sure that's enough reason for him to not speak to you whatsoever, but he's a kind enough person to actually give you a response. Just do yourself a favour and slap yourself into our reality, and instead of trying to analyse everything and kind of send people down to the ends of the earth, just why don't you open your eyes and your ears and listen to what people have to say and try not go against their opinion but see their point of view, even though you might, but like, you really don't, because you have like an own version of your own reality which is so up from what you're actually living in. Like, cop on to yourself, really, man. So,
but he's comparing my bullshit to your bullshit, but he's the one with the bullshit.
Nathan is just outright with all of his bullshit. And it's like, it's totally fine. Like, it really is fine, because you just come to terms with it and you're like, he like amplifies some stories. And it's chill. Being a little puppet master isn't cool.
what do you mean?
Exactly. Exactly. What the is he talking about?
What do you mean? Like,
when we were in Dunleary, he was like, oh, you know, I can put up with Aiycham's bull, but your bull, like, what bull? No one has any bull. You're the one coming at me when you don't even know me.
that's actually warm stuff.
That's lovely. When you don't even know me. You know? It's like literally.
He acts as if, like, he's been in the group for, like, 5 years.
The past year or something.
For 5 years, and then he knows everyone, like, off by heart.
I know.
And then, like,
making all these judgments and all. And as well, that whole sucking up to Chloe and Eoin is just such bull.
like, I know they're in a relationship, but, like, yeah, okay, I
like,
understand,
don't promote them being all over each other even more.
Like, I know, yeah.
You know?
It's just great.
We don't need to see.
Like, it's at the point, like, okay, at first, like, okay, like, you acted like you weren't in a relationship, but then again, you were around people.
And now it's like overboard.
Now he's like, we're like
overcompensating for it.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, it was
just
like
cringy at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just
because, like, even like, remember at the blonde party, they were just like on top of each other the whole night, and they didn't input one bit.
I wasn't
like,
there at the blonde party. Like, later
Yeah,
on,
you
later on, like, after I left.
No, but even when you were there, do you remember? They were just like on top of each other
yeah.
and like whispering in each other's ear and all, and it's just like.
And eventually, if you get to that point, then nothing that anybody can say is going to hurt you.
Oh no, like that's the thing. I'm not like personally like. We can see you, like.
Have you actually noticed Owen, like, recently?
Oh, what? Doesn't talk to anyone?
Yeah, like, just not even.
He doesn't even half the time, like, unless I say hello first, like, he won't even acknowledge that I'm there.
I like Owen, but I feel like I need to get to know Owen better.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Nico about it, and he's like, "Oh, I know nothing about Owen." I was like, "Yeah."
Everybody thinks Chloe and Eoin are like a unit and that they're one person. Both of them are quiet, but they're totally different people. And it's so weird to come into a group of people who are all like genuinely convinced that a couple is the same person and the same unit.
Well, he kind of acts like Owen is just like an extension of you somewhat, and I'm like,
It's so nice to finally chat to Chloe and be like, Chloe is a person and Eoin is a person, and they're not the same person, and you can't just like interact with both of them like they're a single unit.
I think the group views Eoin as like a really quiet guy that it's not really happy being around everyone. But how I view him is like, yeah, he is quiet, but he's just uncomfortable around big groups of people.
but the results are in 2 days. I am not looking forward to it at all.
I'm looking forward to getting my results, honestly. I kind of just want to have them already.
Like, I don't understand if he didn't make an effort with me simply because he doesn't like me. For that one time, I had stuff to say about him. But then again, everyone has stuff to say about everyone. Like,
Well, yeah, hello.
So, like, I can't.
But that's the thing. I feel like he just enjoys being annoyed at you. Do you know? I feel like he enjoys having you in the hot seat. There's just pepper. Come here. Oh, the pepper.
He enjoys having me in the hot seat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let him chase my shadow for a while. My shadow of me being in the hot seat, like, when the time comes.
He wants you to keep groveling. I think that's
like
he enjoys.
I'm not gonna keep groveling. Like, at this point, like, I've realized that, like, when has Owen actually said, "Oh, it's okay," or like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Like, even a sure, whatever. To my apology would be better than
nothing.
Would just
silence.
Silence, like, yeah.
They're not two individuals. They're like one operating unit. When it comes to like mentally and socially, they're one operating unit. They're not two individual people.
You guys must have your own personal separate lives. Like, I'm pretty sure Chloe has her set of friends and that Owen has his set of friends that he'd like to talk. Like, I feel like Owen is like covered up with Chloe, and it's just Owen kind of, you know, like Owen reflecting off Chloe kind of thing, you know. So it's weird, but whatever, you know. I'm judging their relationship at this point.
Like, it's not like we're the only people that are seeing this. Like, Alexandra and Agata said it, and Amy also said it to me before. She was like, you know, Chloe and Eoin, they're just kind of like there.
Chloe and Eoin are cute as a couple, but sometimes I feel like it goes over the top. Like, you know, like when you're sitting down and you're trying to have conversation,
and they're just there, like,
in
on
the
top
corner
of each other.
cuddling, whispering.
You know, and like
it's
on
not,
top of each other.
It's not Chloe and Owen. It's just Owen that's just there.
Yeah, but you see, if Chloe gets roped into it because
they're together.
Well,
like,
it just comes with the territory.
I find Chloe, she is quite a smart girl, kind of. Whoa. Okay, hi.
Pepper. Lie down. Here, hold on. Lie down. Sit. No, down. Oh.
There is something about Nico that is just a little bit inherently false. And I mean, like, with Aiycham, like, you can tell Aiycham lies a good deal, or like is a little bit too vague or whatever. But I don't think he does it maliciously. Like, he doesn't do that specifically so that you have less information on him. But I feel like Nico might.
So Nico will go out of his way to start a fight.
Sure. Did you see, I don't know, you might have heard about like something like Eoin wouldn't let me stay in Nico's house. Well, he didn't say he wouldn't let me, he was just like, oh, you're going to stay in Nico's house. And I was just like, yeah. So I told Nico, oh, I don't know if Eoin would be too happy with me, like, sleeping in your house, in your room. And then Nico just like talked about it for months and months, and I was just like, you're just blowing this out of the water too much.
So he has a beef with me because I called him out on the fact he wouldn't let you stay over in my house.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't let Chloe stay because I'm a boy. Like, are you for real? This is 2017.
How can you not let your girlfriend do something? It's not. It's her
It's not like you
choice.
have. It's not like you have.
It's very
a leash on her.
controlling.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't.
very.
Yeah, and like you're best friends with Chloe's first year.
Nice to have someone who's taking my side here, because I feel like everybody's seeing the bullshit, but they're taking Nico's side because they know him better. So we're sitting there and I'm like, I'll just bring up Nico like a little bit, and suddenly Chloe is in on it. I'm like not expecting it at all, not expecting Chloe to like, Chloe's inner bitch to come out, and I love it so much. Chloe is just like finally lets away the shell of this like nice girl, and the genuine bitch comes out, and I am so happy that someone is finally calling out Nico with me.
Yeah, it's nice to find someone that like agrees with me about some things that Nicholas does, but Jack goes a bit too far sometimes with what I'm saying. He elaborates too much, and then it's just like, no, you've gone too far.
I don't get what the deal is with Aiycham. I feel like Nico is really expecting us to fight, just have a big brawl, and when I turned on Nico, he was kind of a bit... He almost seemed like a bit like shocked that I would notice his bullshit when nobody else did.
No, yeah, but he does. I don't know. Maybe he does think that you and Aiycham were gonna fight because you had issues when you were in school together. But Aisham's like, I don't even remember if me and Jack had issues. So
Yeah.
he's not gonna bring anything up.
I mean, like, we kind of did, but like we had a little bit of... It wasn't even a falling out because we never like were friends. That's the thing. We kind of just... And it's just like neither of us seemed to really like each other.
Yeah.
Next time on Youth of Dublin.
No, I'm nervous about results because the Leaving Cert is like the thing that put me through hell for the past 2 years, made me not want to go to school.
When I'm looking at my results, I feel really nervous because I didn't really know what to expect.
Today I have invited Alex, Aiycham and Jack to just swing it.
Oh, Nico has brought his Inquisition here, the Spanish Inquisition in front of me, and I'm like sitting there just like, this isn't gonna go well. He's way more open in some ways than most people. You'll ask Nico how he felt about the results, and instantaneously he'll close off and not tell you anything about
That might be towards you. That might be towards you.
The way Nicholas acts towards Jack is, I think the way Jack thinks he acts towards everyone else, which is totally not true. The way Nicholas acts towards everyone else is towards everyone else.
Basically just met Nico, okay? Yeah. And he'll tell me about like him having sex with him, but he won't tell me about like how he felt about the results. I'll like talk about how I felt about the results, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, I had sex with this guy, and I'm like, Jack,
Good place.
I cannot believe he is screaming at the top of his lungs in a tiny restaurant that I had sex with some guy. Not once, but twice, and everyone is now looking at us. Are you joking?